Governor, good morning.
Yes, Dr. Mushayavanhu, we have seen that the business community complementing this new structured currency, the ZIGA. From your own point of view, what is the way forward? The private sector and the RBZ are working together in ensuring that all your plans succeed.
Yeah, the way forward is that we must embrace ZIG as the future. This is a currency which is going to be stable. This is a currency which is anchored on reserves, and these reserves comprise gold, precious metals, and foreign currencies that we are holding. And as I've said before, we have more than enough cover for the currency that is in circulation at the moment. We have under $80 million of money in circulation in ZIG, and we have over $285 million in cover. So at any one time, the central bank should be able to meet any forex obligations, legitimate forex obligations for people who may want to pay for services and raw materials that they would have imported.
You mentioned the gridlock on the ZIG currently. Can you kindly explain, and also how much of the ZIG is on the market?
Right now, there is an equivalent of 80 million ZIG on the market. So you multiply $80 million by the exchange rate of about 13.5. That is the amount of ZIG in circulation. So the gridlock obviously comes from the fact that some customers may not have enough ZIG in their accounts for them to pay for the foreign exchange obligation that they may have. Some banks may also not have that much liquidity after the conversion, and as the central bank, it is our responsibility to make sure that the market is at all times well-oiled and functional.
But is there an indication of how many trades have happened, like US dollar trades?
Offhand, I haven't got the exact numbers, but I can tell you that ZIG has been trading every day from Monday up to today, and we are compiling the exchange rates as they come from the banks at the end of each day.
And on inflation, you mentioned that you've made recommendations that will be published in the start end of April, or?
Well, that is up to the people who produce the statistics. All we did as Reserve Bank research is to give them the parameters.
Yeah. The 10% markup currently being charged by retailers, do you think that should still continue?
To me, it's no longer, it's neither here nor there. Why am I saying so? It's because if ZIG is stable, which it is, and if you are a retailer and you are going to put a 10% markup on ZIG, you are going to be out of the market. Your products are going to be very expensive. So the law does not say retailers must put the 10% markup. It says they may. If you don't put it a 10% markup, it's allowed. You are not breaking the law.
Governor, you made an interesting comment in your Q&A part of your speech, where you said that the bond notes and RTGS and ZWL was not backed by anything. Could you explain what you...
Yeah, what I mean, if you recall, the definition of a structured currency is a currency that is backed by either a foreign currency or a basket of commodities. In the past, we never had that policy where our local currency was backed. So we did not maintain sufficient reserves to back the currency. You may have had a situation where at some time the amount of currency in circulation was higher than the amount of reserves held by the central bank. And that is what we have corrected by introducing the structured currency.
You also mentioned as well that in terms of, you said that if anyone has challenges and they're legitimate, in the past banks have often not given foreign currency even for ZWL. So how you plan to tackle that challenge if someone does give you a call?
Why would banks not give you the foreign exchange? Because if we have it at the central bank and they request from us and we give them, why would they not give you? I think they would only not give you because your ZIG account would not be funded. Otherwise they should. If your invoice is a legitimate invoice, they should give you. What they will not do is to just give you, exchange your ZIG for US dollars for you to put in your pocket. That will not happen.
What's your assessment of ZIG's first week?
Well, I was actually surprised that ZIG has strengthened from the starting exchange rate up to now. But actually, no, let me not say I was surprised, because the price of gold has also been going up and ZIG has been trading in line with the movement in the gold price, which is what we expect because it is predominantly backed by gold.
Governor, on government borrowing, you said that government had not borrowed from Arabs in the past or recently, gave you some period. But the 2024 budget showed that government had a significant chunk of domestic borrowings. Can you tell us the source of those borrowings?
Yeah. When you talk of domestic borrowings, you should differentiate it from government borrowing from the Reserve Bank. When government issues treasury bills, they are borrowing from the domestic market, but they are not borrowing from the central bank.
Yes.
Yeah. As we said in the monetary policy statement, the interest rates that we announced are going to be reviewed by the monetary policy committee when it next meets. If we didn't get the yield curve right, which I don't believe, then we will amend it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your time in office.